Yeah, they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. It's Tony time, bitch, I don't care who's fucking with me. Staying away from tiramisu's a struggle for Khabib. You don't wanna fight, you wanna cuddle with me. My elbows are knives and I'ma cut you with these. I don't really give a fuck who's with me. If this fat fuck will make weights a big mystery. If you were smart then you would probably pick me. To submit Habib at UFC 223. To submit Pettis at UFC 229. Tony time, Tony time. I knock out, sometimes I choke. I might be the lightweight GOAT. If my leg didn't get broke, would've probably beat Khabib. Then moved up and fought with Lee. Either wait for GSP. You don't wanna mess with me. Tony time, Tony time. I knock out, sometimes I choke. I might be the lightweight GOAT. If my leg didn't get broke, would've probably beat Khabib at UFC 223. Then moved up and fought with Lee. Either wait for GSP.
Fucking did it to me, yeah.
Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gon' beat me? And Volkov just put this guy on his back. I hope you know no one is scared of you, especially not DC. And you can call me Daniel Cormier or Double Champ. You know you cannot beat me. And yeah, I'm talking to Lewis. If you wanna scrap, we can do this. I know that you're black, I know you're a beast. I know that you're fat and you're stupid. I'm back on my bullshit and lacking my cool. At UFC 230, I'll spaz on this fool. He's not gonna beat me cause he's lacking the tools. This nigga can't breathe when he's splashing the pool. No cardio, ho. And it's probably gonna show when I take him down and I beat him up, cause that's all that I know. They call me Daniel Cormier. I'm coming to defend my title. If he think that he can beat me, then this motherfucker's psycho. Bitch, I'm gone. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back. Let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back. Let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. Truck is in the back, stripes are painted black. Build is black to match, I'm about to make you tab. Riding in my truck, I'm about to kick your butt. Then I'll ride off with two sluts, you know I don't give a fuck. Now, can't nobody fuck with Cowboy. You can't fuck with Cowboy. Can't nobody fuck with Cowboy. You can't fuck with Cowboy. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. You can't fuck with Iaquinta. I'm riding in my Sprinter. Get respect like Master Splinter. When I fight you, I'ma win it. Now I'm about to knock you out, but I'll still sell you a house. You're going down in the first round. You know I'm about to clown now. I know I can fuck with Cowboy. I can fuck with Cowboy. I know I can fuck with Cowboy. I can fuck with Cowboy. I'ma break your face, I'ma break your nose. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma break your face, I'ma break your nose. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. Golf clap, full time family. What you guys think about the new remix to the Old Town Road? Yo, we got some shit to talk about today. Man, we got a lot to talk about. If you didn't see the thumbnail, if you didn't read the title, Jorge Masvidal might have just knocked out Ben Askren on Twitter in our very first round Twitter knockout. I mean, he dropped some heat, and it don't look photoshopped. Also, we're going to be talking about Brock Lesnar retiring from MMA. I think he got that Abu Dhabi bag, and I think he's, good on the UFC for now. Let me scoot this back over. I think he's good on the real fighting. If you can make more money to fake fight, I mean, which one would you do? You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar, I think the WWE, and this is just from little headlines I've read over the last couple of months, they did get like some new deal in Abu Dhabi. I'm pretty sure some country, if not Abu Dhabi, some other country. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Abu Dhabi because it's one that's known for like being rich. And so yeah, he probably got that WWE bag. Daniel Cormier, on the other hand, now left without an opponent, is going to be taking on Stipe Miocic in a rematch of a fight that Stipe Miocic has been waiting for, a rematch much deserved by the former UFC heavyweight champion. He currently holds the record for the most UFC heavyweight title defenses, so this man has been patiently waiting for a rematch, and he's going to be getting one at, I believe, UFC 241. It's not announced the number of the UFC, but the date is announced, and they're within the timeline. I'm pretty sure it'll be UFC 241 in Anaheim, California. So with that being said, let's get into the show. Let's pull up the chat, full-time family, because that's really what we're here for. I mean, there's really hasn't been a whole lot of news over the last couple of days. It's really felt like the calm before the storm. And then, boom, a couple of hours ago, we get a couple big nuggets of news as far as the heavyweight division is concerned. And then also a bombshell from Gamebred Jorge Masvidal. Jorge 1 says he might be the lightweight GOAT. Tony Time. Hey, what's going on, Jorge 1? Triple OG in the building. Royal Pain says full-time fan rolling one and checking in. What's good, big full-time? Not much checking in with the chat. Let me light up with you. No better time. I was going to wait for this Ben Askren Jorge Masvidal shit, but we might need this for before then. Kim Jong-un says, might sound cheesy as fuck, but you really helped me through a rough time, man. I was really depressed and suicidal, and I always look forward to the UFC and watching it with your companion. Thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. We're going to be here, keep kicking it with this, man. We're going to be rocking with the fight companions, and I'm glad to hear that I can help you through something like that, because I've dealt with depression and stuff like that. I know it's real, so I'm glad to hear that we can help over here in the full-time family. And so, yeah, man, we look forward to you being around for the fight companions. The UFC and yourself helped me, bro, so much. I can't appreciate it enough. Rough time at the moment. Willpower through. Blessed, man. Much respect, bro. Kim Jong-Uzi, I got the perfect advice for you, bro. And if you want some motivational stuff to listen to that I just listened to and it helped me, the Joe Rogan podcast with Corey Anderson. If they drop the shirt, I'm going to get one. It only lasts so long. That quote right there, I mean, just that one quote is enough game and motivation, and it means so much. It can only last so long. It don't matter if it's physical, it don't matter if it's mental. It literally, no matter what type of pain, what type of stress, whatever it is, it can only last so long. Seriously, if you think about it, anything that's ever hurt you in the past that you're not going through right now, it's over. It could have been anything. It only lasted so long. And so whatever you're going through right now, it can only last so long, man. So just stick it out, stay patient. Better times will come. Kim Jong-Uzi, yes, sir. Best sport ever. I agree with you. Royal Pain says keep fighting the good fight. Uzi, okay, yeah, Royal Pain in the building. Appreciate it, Royal Pain, my guy. Fat Ninja Flip. Cheers, OG. Stone Cold Stipe will rise again, says Almighty Khan. And they're fighting in California. I don't want to sound stupid, but the wildfires, right? We're in California. I don't travel much, so you hear about all this shit on the news, but you don't actually see it. The wildfires that happen were in California, so I thought it was pretty dope. You got like the heavyweight champion firefighter holding it down in California. Fat Ninja Flip says much respect. Hey, this thing keeps going out. Breaking news, says Given Sherdam. We also got Brock Lesnar retiring from the sport of MMA. I mean, if he wasn't already. Of course, he had the moment in the cage where he came in and he pushed Daniel Cormier across the cage. That would have been a really fun fight, in my opinion. Cormier versus, not Ngannou. That would be fun, too. Cormier versus Lesnar, because the size difference just in your head, right? Daniel Cormier's already small for heavyweight, even though he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, and Brock Lesnar is huge for heavyweight. And that's why it kind of reminds me of maybe like a Ngannou versus Daniel Cormier. I think I could get my Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar fix if he fought Ngannou, but I don't know if that'll happen. But that is a fight that it would be extremely hard for Ngannou to win, but he's on the winning track and he's back on the way to a title shot. And so if Ngannou wins one more fight and if Cormier can beat Stipe in the rematch, well then we might see Ngannou versus Cormier. That's also a fresh match. As far as for Ngannou, if you're Ngannou and you see this news right now, you're probably crossing your fingers hoping Daniel Cormier wins this rematch because, I mean, I'm sure you do want to get Stipe Miocic back. I'm sure you would like to fight him again if you're Ngannou, but it's a fight that, it was a tough fight for him, and it's also not a fresh fight, so he might not get the title shot as soon as he would if DC was the champion. But you also got to keep in mind Daniel Cormier is retiring. He's retiring soon. Now, it's already past his retirement deadline. If you guys remember, he said he wanted to retire when he was 40 years old. His birthday was in March. So it's April 30th now, and he's scheduled to fight later this year. So clearly he's past his retirement deadline. But you got to wonder how many fights left for Daniel Cormier. Stamina MC says, London, Colin, what's going on, Stamina MC? I bet Brock will be looking ultra jacked in the next WWE event, says Given Share name, if he was ever actually clean. I don't even know. I know, right? I'm glad you said that because I think he had a performance. And did he lose or did he win? At one of the recent WWE pay-per-views or big events, I don't even know if their stuff is pay-per-view anymore, But at one of the recent events, I think he either won or lost, and they said he was looking pretty jacked. So, I mean, if that is the case, you definitely want to get out of that USADA testing pool. PR, why get flagged by USADA if you're not even going to fight in the UFC? Might as well retire, Give a sure name says Stipe deserves this. Of course Stipe deserves this. He definitely deserves this. I mean, just because I don't think there's any other clear number one contenders right now in the heavyweight division, but I do, and not, of course Stipe deserves this. I already got that out of the way. But I do think it's interesting about his activity level, because when was Stipe Miocic's last fight? And of course, he did have a baby, keep in mind, so he did have a little bit of paternity leave. I almost said maternity leave. Stipe Miocic. And this is a point Daniel Cormier has brought up as well, about how he's already fought once or twice since their last fight, and Stipe has not fought yet. So, a little bit of entitlement, but he definitely does. He deserves to be entitled, I guess you could say, but there's definitely a little entitlement there. July 7th, so almost a year ago, set out for about a year. That ain't too bad. And like I said, it's not like he's jumping over anybody. There's not really any clear-cut number one contenders. The next person in line is probably, of course, Jon Jones, but he's not in line. But Francis Ngannou's working his way back up. So, other than that, yeah, man, I can't wait to see this fight in California, the rematch. Who do you guys got in the rematch? The first fight was controversial. The first fight, there was a few eye pokes both ways. DC got more, but right before the knockout. So in this fight, I would imagine clearly they're going to be, I wonder if they'll warn him before the fight because of how the first fight played out. Like, hey guys, we ain't playing none of that eye poke shit. Like warn him early? Or do you let him get a couple off? I don't know. If you would think they'll probably let him get a couple off if that was the case, because Jon Jones would probably have been warned early a lot in the past. But either way, all you motherfuckers here, download Discord, please. I want there to be a place we can all talk fights when the streams aren't on, but there's not enough heads in here yet. Yes, everybody join that Discord. Stamina MC is linking for sure. That'll be a place where, yeah, even if we're not streaming, we still have the group chat. That's actually a phenomenal idea from Stamina MC. So he set up the MMA group chat. Make sure you guys click the link. I'm going to put that in the link of the video descriptions because that's a great idea. You know, everyone can be in there at all times, whether we're live streaming or not. Perfect place for the full-time family. Royal Pain says Stipe gonna get his black belt back, I hope, even though DC is the man and champion on all levels. Yeah, so I was gonna ask, what are you guys' predictions for the rematch? Man, it's crazy because I know DC is on the way out, and I know how much Stipe wants the belt back. So automatically in my head, I'm kind of giving the edge to Stipe Miocic, but I don't know if that's fair to Daniel Cormier. But you know, so that's really interesting because Daniel Cormier is one of the greatest fighters of all time, let alone heavyweights. He's undefeated at heavyweight. He was the double champion at the two highest weight classes in the world with fucking 60 pounds between them. He's pound for pound number one. I mean, pound for pound, I can't think of anybody right now. Yeah, no one's better than Daniel Cormier right now. It's kind of like Amanda Nunes. Until she fights Holly Holm, she's pound for pound number one. I do think Holly Holm is one of the girls that can give Amanda Nunes problems, but we'll talk about that on another day. But with that being said, DC's pound for pound number one right now. So to pick against the best fighter on the planet is counting out. That seems like a mistake. But Stipe Miocic, man, that's such a fucking good fight. Stamina says, I got DC, but I can't give a good reason why. I know a good reason because he's the greatest fighter, the greatest pound for pound number one MMA fighter on the planet. You know, would people disagree because he's a wrestler and he's not outboxing everybody, whatever. As far as his resume and his record is concerned, he's the number one pound for pound fighter on the planet. I mean, that's probably a good reason. I'm him says DC will win the fight easy. Oh, interesting. Okay. DC will win easy. That's a hot take right there. I think that's a hot take. That's making me look forward to the fight a little bit more. But guys, we got some bombshells to drop. We got to talk about this. I can't even. So we talked about Brock Lesnar. We talked about DC versus Stipe too. So I was scrolling through my Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And I stumbled across this picture. Oh my God. And I said, that does not look photoshopped, you guys. I don't even want to keep this on the screen too long. This might be sensitive to some of y'all's eyes. No hetero. I mean, you don't even know what to put it on. Okay, we're going to put it right here for now. I mean, if Cam Murphy was in here, maybe I'd leave it on. I don't want to look at that shit too long personally. It's not what I'm interested in seeing. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't change the fact that Jorge Masvidal dropped this motherfucker today. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to give you time to take this in. What you're seeing on the screen, if you're just listening right now, there's a picture of Ben Askren in his one title with his draped over his shoulder and nothing else but like some boxers pulled up to look like a thong or something. And he's fucking posing like a female. So, I haven't seen the comeback yet. Royal Pain said Askren had a good comeback. But that almost, just you saying Askren had a good comeback, looking at that picture, I'm thinking, comeback? Whoa, I don't even want to hear anymore. I don't want to see a comeback involving that picture, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, let's get it off the screen. Okay, so Masvidal posted that picture and said, stay off the drugs. Now, it's all fun and games. Maybe Ben Askren, he's a funny guy, funky. He's a funny guy. He's a character. He's an entertainer. He likes to talk trash and be fun. Maybe he was just having fun, and he's white, so you can kind of pass it off. They do stuff like that sometimes. I'm just kidding. I'm half white. Full disclosure. But, drunk, I don't know. Just playing around. I don't know why you take a picture like that, But either way, Photoshop, maybe Photoshop, right? Maybe it's Photoshopped. Who knows? We got to give him the benefit of the doubt for a second. But I'll tell you this. I've seen a lot of Photoshop pictures. And if somebody took the time to Photoshop Ben Askren this goddamn good, because it's not about, and pause when I say this good. Damn, man, you gotta click on it to kind of, but fucking, bro, like, does not look Photoshopped, because I did click on and say, is this fucking Photoshopped? This is insane. What did Jorge Masvidal get his hands on? Pause. Pause like a motherfucker. But bro, it's like grainy. This ain't like no Photoshop. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I hope it's Photoshop. They don't look Photoshopped. It reminds me of that Oscar De La Hoya in the fishnet pantyhose. You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminds me of. Let's see what Ben Askren's comeback was, because you're gonna need a good one. Ben Askren Twitter. Oh, one other thing I was going to say, and I'm not trying to offend nobody when I say this, it's just kind of something that's pointed out. Okay, if you're Jorge Masvidal, you know Ben Askren's game plan going into this fight, right? Just being Jorge Masvidal, how good he is with his hands, being the better striker, with a more technical striker, fighting an American top team, being a fucking beast. Jorge Masvidal, one of the best fighters on the planet. Fuck your list. So this guy's going to try and take you down. I mean, that's just Ben Askren's style, take you down and hold you down. This is, and just tell me where you're at on this. And like, if you're into it, then you might have a different opinion. Because you might be like, oh, I would love if Ben Askren took me down and shit. And you might have that, and that's fine. I don't got no problem with that. I'm just speaking from my perspective and from probably Jorge Masvidal's perspective. If this dude wants to just take you down and wrestle you, and he's got a picture out there like this, would you want to fight that dude? You know what I'm saying? And you don't got to be fucking homophobic, because I'm not. I say no hetero all the time. I'm literally not homophobic. I don't even got to go down the fucking list. You guys know that. But this is what I'm saying. And I was going to say, and if you're gay, would you want some fucking chick grinding all over you? I don't think you would. I don't know, though. I haven't been there. I don't know. So I said, man, if I'm Jorge Masvidal, whenever I drop this picture, not only am I dropping this picture, I'm dropping out of the fight at the same fucking time. Like, hey, boom, I don't want this dude trying to wrestle me down all day. It's already a bad matchup. And you might say, that's just something I thought about. Well, let's look for Ben Askren's comeback. No hetero. Let's see. You come off smug. Oh shit, here we go. Jorge, you just wish at some point in your life you had a belt to throw over your shoulder. That is pretty good, but I don't know if it's good enough. It's pretty good, but I'm just saying, like, there's levels to this shit. You could be like, dude, if I was Jorge Masvidal, I would respond to that with like a belt over my shoulder, like this, bro. Like fucking, right? Like this. I'd be like, bro, I can get any belt over my shoulder, but you ain't never gonna catch me in a picture like that. I've had plenty of belts on my shoulder. If I want a belt, I can get a belt. I can order one of them motherfuckers online for $200. But I ain't gonna have a belt on my shoulder. If I got, I just don't know if it's good enough. But it's good. But hey, I would imagine this, especially in this day and age, that might make Ben Askren even a bigger star. Who knows? Shit. But wow, man, I did not expect that to come across my timeline, guys. That's all I'm saying. That was interesting. That was a bombshell. Jorge Masvidal released on Twitter, and it is what it is, as they say. Now, we got a few more things to talk about, and then we will be out your hair, probably about 20, 30 more minutes. So if you haven't yet, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up button like your middle name is Khabib. And we're going to talk about Greg Hardy setting his sights on Stipe Miocic and Derek Lewis after his first UFC victory. What the? You guys, don't that just sound crazy? You got Greg Hardy, who lost his first UFC fight. He's got like 5 pro fights. He had 3 fights when he came to the UFC. Lost his first UFC fight. Now he's 4-1, and he's calling out longest defending heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic, former title challenger Derek Lewis. Now, the Derek Lewis one everybody wants to see, so I understand that one. But it just sounds crazy. Greg Hardy is setting his sights on Stipe Miocic. Like, what? You know, I almost want to see that just because Stipe Miocic, just because I think he's biting off a little more than he can chew here. So, but he'd have to win. I don't know. If you watched Greg Hardy fight, he's huge. He's fucking huge. He's probably 265 pounds. He probably cuts weight to heavyweight. He's huge. Former NFL athlete, defensive end, but so that makes him dangerous, right? Being that athletic, he's dangerous. But the skills, bro. Like, how much athleticism, and especially if your cardio's not all the way there, like, athleticism can only get you so far. I mean, Francis Ngannou, I think he's probably better now than Greg Hardy will ever be. I mean, he's got a lot more fights. He's also huge. He can knock you the fuck out, but I don't know. Now, this is where I gotta pump the brakes. Greg Hardy trains with the American Top Team, man. That's where I gotta pump the brakes. Because anybody that trains with American Top Team's got a lot of potential. That's facts. Now, I'm still weary, and when you talk about Stipe Miocic, I still think that's crazy. And you still got to wonder, how much can American Top Team do for Greg Hardy's cardio? Who knows? But that is something that has been questioned leading up to this point. So, either way, Derek Lewis, if you don't know, I'm sure everybody knows why everyone wants to see that fight. Greg Hardy, every time he's mentioned, it's mentioned with domestic violence or what transpired in his past. And Derek Lewis is vocal about wanting to, not wanting to beat up woman beaters, but he's very vocal against domestic abuse. So everyone wants to see like Greg Hardy versus like Derek Lewis for that reason. Now, who knows? Maybe for that to happen, Derek Lewis would have to lose fights or Greg Hardy would have to win fights, but I don't even know if they're close enough. Derek Lewis is still ranked. He just fought for the title like last year. So they're pretty far in the rankings right now so for that fight to be booked. So either Greg Hardy's going to have to improve or Derek Lewis, something's going to have to happen for that gap to close before we can see that fight. But Greg Hardy does have his sights set on the fight we all want to see at least. Also, Dana White meeting with promoter Eddie Hearn. Now, I don't know a whole lot about boxing, but I do know some of the guys managed by Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, Danny Jacobs. What's it say? The other dude I've heard of, his name is like Alexander Usyk, and also Amir Khan. So he's a star, boxing promoter. Kell Brook. Got a lot of names, recognizable names. With that being said, Dana White and him cozying up. We know recently Oscar De La Hoya tried to step into MMA. failed miserably. Maybe I was gonna make some joke about him and Ben Askren, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. But either way, I think Dana White's gonna have a lot more success in boxing than Oscar De La Hoya had in MMA. I'll tell you that much. You can have cross-promotional fights. I think it might have been Stamina MC, Forward, Leon. What somebody mentioned Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. I mean, I guess if you want to, I mean, he's powerful, but I think Ngannou would get fucked up in boxing against Anthony Joshua. But hey, who knows? It'd still be something we tuned in to see. So, that's all the caption said. Dana White posting with Eddie Hearn. Something that I feel like is going way under the radar. This was announced like 2 weeks ago. They were at the press conference, but I just feel like this is going way under the radar. Tyron Woodley versus Robbie Lawler 2 on free TV, UFC Minneapolis. It almost don't even feel right. Tyron Woodley's, seeing him in a non-title fight at this point. He's been the champ for a while, beating a lot of dudes in a lot of styles. Poet, and I didn't even know it. But this is a rematch of this fight. The first fight headlined a pay-per-view. You probably paid, unless you watched the stream because you're broke, like me. But you probably paid $60 for this fight the first time you watched it, and now you get the same fight for free. So it's like, if you wasn't the most stacked card, it's like you're kind of getting a little bit of a return on your investment. You know what I'm saying? If you just watch this card. See what I did there? But no, I do feel like this fight is going under the radar. It's a good fight. I mean, I think I'm going to be giving the edge to, of course, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley, on this quest to get a title shot back. I mean, he's a guy. Wait. See, that's why I had a little bit of pause for cause on the Stipe Miocic. How doesn't Tyron Woodley deserve an immediate rematch? You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm getting at. How long do you think people would let Tyron Woodley sit out and clamor for a title shot before they started calling him a complainer and all of that shit? And said he deserved it. Like, let's say 9 months from now, Tyron Woodley hasn't fought anybody. Hey, Usman, I want a rematch. Usman, rematch. Usman's like, I'm fighting Kobe, I'm fighting Till, I'm fighting Masvidal, I'm fighting Askren. And Woodley's like, I want a rematch. What do you think the fans would say? Tyron Woodley deserves that rematch. Fuck no. They say, man, stop complaining. You don't deserve nothing. Because, I mean, Woodley defended the belt. I mean, clearly it didn't break the record, but more times than Stipe Miocic. Different styles. #1 contenders. No super fights. Stipe even got a super fight. Stipe even got a first champ fight. Even though he wasn't going to a new division, it was a super fight. Woodley never got any super fights. Defended the belt more times. So I just wonder how long you guys think people would give him before everyone, said he deserved it. Oh, you deserve it. Like I said, this fight's going under the radar. Clearly, there's not a lot of people, hey, why is Woodley not getting a title shot? Why is Woodley not getting a rematch? There's not a lot of that. Interesting. I just thought about that. Speaking of Woodley, one of his former opponents, somebody that held the W over Tyron Woodley, Rory McDonald, if you guys didn't see the results of Bellator over the weekend, it was like a majority draw. One of the judges had the fight for Fitch, actually, and the other two had it a draw. It's really interesting. Because Rory was the champion. It was a draw, and the majority of it went to Fitch. Fitch was closer to winning that fight than Rory. But Rory walks out with the belt. Post-fight speech, he says he doesn't have that killer instinct anymore. I don't want to hurt people really. I can't pull the trigger. People wondered if he was going to retire. He says he's not retiring. He's moving on in the welterweight Grand Prix. He's taking on Neiman Gracie next. Winner of that moves to the finals. But you got to wonder how much Rory MacDonald has left. People wondered that when he left the UFC. I think he's since proven he's got more left in the tank. But now those questions resurface with his performance over John Fitch. He almost lost. John Fitch is a tough wrestler. You know, wrestlers they move to the top of the division a lot of the time because they're bad matchups for pretty much everybody. I mean, even jiu-jitsu guys, even though they have a better chance than a pure striker of beating a wrestler, if you're a wrestler and you have defensive jiu-jitsu, you're a bad matchup for strikers and jiu-jitsu. So, and we see that with Tyron Woodley. So the only time you really get challenged is when you fight another really good wrestler. We see that Rory MacDonald, he fought another really good wrestler, John Fitch, had trouble. Tyron Woodley fought another really good wrestler, Rory MacDonald, lost. Usman lost. Koscheck, he won. He can beat him. But for wrestlers to really be tested ultimately, they're really going to have to fight against another high-level grappler. Or they're going to have a better matchup. And so now, I like Rory MacDonald's chances of even beating Neiman Gracie, even though the way this fight played out. But then, on the other side of the bracket, I have to pull that up. Bellator Welterweight Grand Prix, I know you got Douglas Lima over there. Bellator Welterweight Grand Prix. You got MVP, he beat Paul Daly, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure he did. He smashed him, right? Wait, I remember Paul Daly took him down. Excuse me, you guys know what I've been doing. I'm trying to get the bracket up. They should have like a bracket. Here it is. With no sound. No, I don't want any sound. Alright. Either way, Rory MacDonald advances to the finals. You got Diego Lima. He beat Koreshkov in the first fight. So, both of these guys he potentially could fight. I mean, the tough wrestlers out the way. He got that out of the way in the first round. And so, he's got a good chance of moving on. But after that, man, don't get any easier. You would imagine people are going to clamor for the John Fitch rematch. John Fitch might retire. He's, you know, older, 39, 40 years old if I'm not mistaken. So, interesting, man. Interesting results for Rory MacDonald in that John Fitch fight over the weekend. Felice Herrig out of UFC 238, unfortunately, with the torn ACL. She tore it in training camp. That was a big fight, you know. UFC 238, she was going to be on another pay-per-view, fighting in her hometown. And so she was forced out of her fight against Yan Sionan, and she's got a torn ACL, so we're going to wish her a speedy recovery, and hopefully she'll be back in there sooner rather than later. You know, torn ACLs, those are unfortunate injuries that do take a while to come back from, and so hey, man, hopefully recovery goes well for Felice Herrig, and she'll be back fighting in no time. Other than that, that's about it for the show. So we're going to play this song, though, one time. It's in case you're here now and you weren't before. I haven't even recorded this as a video yet. This is brand new. I just recorded it. I sent it to Stockton Slaps the Wizard. We're going to see if he can auto-tune it up for us, make it sound better, but for now, check it out. You know, we got this weekend coming up, Iaquinta versus Cowboy. In the main event, Bruntis versus Theodorou. I said Bruntis. Brunson versus Theodorou. So, it's going to be a good fight card. I'll pull up the chat while this is playing. We'll chop it up a little bit and then get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to UFC Yankovic.
I'ma punch your face till your face.
I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. Truck is in the back, stripes are painted black. Belt is black to match, I'm about to make you tab. Riding in my truck, I'm about to kick your butt. Then I'll ride off with two sluts, you know I don't give a fuck. Now, can't nobody fuck with Cowboy. You can't fuck with Cowboy. Can't nobody fuck with Cowboy. You can't fuck with Cowboy. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma punch your face till your face gets swole. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. You can't fuck with Iaquinta. I'm riding in my Sprinter. Get respect like Master Splinter. When I fight you, I'm a winning. Now I'm about to knock you out, but I'll still sell you a house. You're going down in the first round. You know I'm about to clown now. I know I can fuck with Cowboy. I can fuck with Cowboy. I know I can fuck with Cowboy. I can fuck with Cowboy. I'ma break your face, I'ma break your nose. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. I'ma break your face, I'ma break your nose. I'm gonna fight till I can't no more. And everybody also, make sure you join the Discord. Once again, click the link. I'm gonna post that, save it, put it in the description of the video so everybody knows where the Discord is. A home for the full-time family for even when we're not on the live stream. Also in the Discord, I can let you know before I go live. That's just the perfect place, perfect idea from Stamina MC. Join the full-time Discord, and really it's Stamina's Discord, but I mean it's for the full-time family. So either way, join it. I'll let you know before I go live in there. We can continue the conversation for when we're not live. Let's go. I'll put it in the description. Stamina MC says that would have been forward. He fucks with boxing like that. Me and L-Dub, not so much. Okay, it probably was forward. Or, wait, am I not talking? Okay, yeah, it is. It's unmuted. I said, wait, is it muted? But yeah, man, with that being said, everybody make sure you join the Discord, smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're new. And it is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments.